With the end of the Infinity Saga and the beginning of Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we're in sort of an odd place Marvel-wise, in that we have absolutely no idea what the future holds. There is no set path, no endpoint that we all know is coming, like we did with all that Infinity Gauntlet business. Back then, we knew that Thanos was coming. We don't know what's on the horizon now, so really, anything can happen. One thing that we have a pretty good idea might be happening though is a possible future Young Avengers film. A lot of little details are pointing at this happening, including the introduction of quite a few young heroes who could make their way onto the team. And lately we've been hearing whispers that a certain hero might be making her big debut in the Doctor Strange sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We're talking about, of course, America Chavez, aka Ms. America. No, that's Kelly Clarkson, Miss Independent, and that is Miss America from Battle Fever J, which Marvel did have a hand in the production of, but still, nope. There you go, that's the hero we're talking about. But who is Ms. America, and how exactly is she going to make her way into the Multiverse of Madness? Well, sit back and let me break it all down for you. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness may be a little ways off, looking at a May 2021 release date, and it may be without a director currently, with Scott Derrickson having left the project not too long ago. But work on the sequel to 2016's Doctor Strange solo flick is still chugging right along. And honestly, it better be, since May 2021 is only a little over a year out, and there's still a lot to do. Recently, we got word that Marvel Studios is looking to cast a teenage Hispanic female for a supporting lead role in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which is something that could describe quite a few Marvel characters, and it could even be an all-new character admittedly. But for our money, we're guessing that this casting is being done with the intention of bringing America Chavez, aka Miss America, into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, you're probably wondering how we figure this is going to be the case. And well, it largely comes down to America's origins within the comics. America Chavez was born and raised in a place known as the Utopian Parallel, a plane of existence set outside of the larger multiverse, and even time itself. The dimension is home to William Kaplan, aka Demiurge, a trans-dimensional mutant magic user, whose ambient magical presence caused America to develop her own superpowers. Also, fun note, the Utopian Parallel dimension is completely made up of women with the exception of Demiurge. That's a cool little fact for you. At a young age, America's mothers, Amalia and Elena, sacrificed themselves in order to close some black holes that were pulling the dimension into the regular multiverse, which subsequently spread their particles all across said multiverse. A little while after this pretty traumatic event, America decided that the Utopian Parallel didn't really need her services as a hero, so she stepped away from the world, traveling across different dimensions, eventually taking on the name of Ms. America, working under the radar as a hero on all of these different versions of Earth. So yeah, jumping around the multiverse, something that we assume Doctor Strange is going to be doing in his sequel flick, is a major part of who America is. America eventually found herself on the main Marvel Earth within the comics, Earth 616, where she joined up with the Teen Brigade, a team of younger superheroes ran by Rick Jones, made up of the likes of Ultimate Nullifier, Angel Salvadore, and more. Her time on that team, however, didn't last too long, as she abruptly left and went to Earth 212, where she saved Wiccan from a teenage Loki, which subsequently led to, through some multi-dimensional magical shenanigans, America's mothers being brought back to life, which was the beginning of America's time with the Young Avengers. And that is another pretty major connection that has us thinking that Miss America could be the one that this Doctor Strange casting call is meant for. We've been having quite a few Young Avengers characters popping up in the MCU, with many thinking that this means that we're going to be seeing a team up of young heroes in the near future. For instance, due to the 5-year time skip in Avengers Endgame, Cassie Lang is now old enough to potentially follow in her father's footsteps and become Stature, a hero capable of changing her size due to exposure to Pym particles, similar to how Ant-Man can, except without the need for a fancy suit. We're also going to be getting Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye series on Disney+. Kate Bishop is basically Hawkeye's younger analog, and probably one of the most recognizable and beloved members of the team. Beyond those two, we've basically been going off some rumors and speculation for who could make the team. Endgame brought Ty Simpkins' Harley Keener back to the big screen for one short appearance at the end at Tony Stark's funeral, leading many of us to theorize that he could be filling in the role of Iron Lad within the MCU. Although now that the Fantastic Four and all related properties are back with Marvel, Nathaniel Richards is still on the table. And also there's a rumor that the Loki series on Disney Plus might be giving us Teen Loki, who, fun fact, was in the comics actually just a de-aged Loki who joined the team for a short time. And finally, there is a very small chance that WandaVision could introduce Wiccan and possibly even Speed to the MCU. Wiccan and Speed, by the way, are the children of Wanda Maximoff and Vision. Do yourself a favor and try not to think too hard about how an android who is technically dead could have a kid, let alone two. So having America pop up would just further fan the flames of fan speculation about a Young Avengers flick. Okay. So America is a multiverse jumping hero, but how exactly does she achieve that? You sort of just glossed over that, ScreenRant guy. Alright, well I guess we should just jump into her powers. That's fair. America is, despite being a younger hero, probably one of the more powerful heroes in the Marvel Universe. She has the usual ability set that one would expect from a superhero. She has super strength, being able to tear metal doors off their hinges pretty easily, and even hold her own against Asgardians. She of course has super speed, and then she has the classic invulnerability, being bullet resistant, flame retardant, and able to withstand the vacuum of space, without needing any sort of external aid like a spacesuit of any kind. Which is extra handy since she is capable of self-propelled flight, being able to fly at superhuman speeds, including outside the planet's atmosphere. And that is all impressive and all that, but the real meat of what America can do, and how we here at ScreenRant think that she will fit into the Doctor Strange sequel, comes down to her portal and energy manipulation abilities. See, America can literally smash open portals that allow her to step between different worlds on a whim, as well as occasionally different periods in time, though for that she needs some sort of object to focus her powers on to get to specific dates. She even went back and had a brief encounter with Captain America back during World War II, a hero whose mantle she would eventually take over at some point in the future while working with S.H.I.E.L.D. By the way, the portals that she can open are star-shaped, which is by far the most on-brand thing that I could possibly imagine. And hey, she can even use these portals offensively, opening and closing them on people, effectively slicing them apart. Kinda like what Wong did to Cull Obsidian in Avengers Infinity War. Haha, gross. During her time working with the Ultimates, America also gained hyper-cosmic awareness, which allows her to be aware of basically everything going on all across the multiverse, which is both ridiculous and awesome. It's ridiculously awesome. So, okay, how could all of these powers and origins and everything fit together to make America a great character to debut in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Well, for the longest time, we ourselves have been wondering exactly how the good doctor was going to be traversing said multiverse. We sort of figured that the answer was just going to be brushed off as simply sorcery, because he is now, after all of the stuff that went down in Infinity War and Endgame, without an Infinity Stone. Alternatively, the possibility of Wanda Maximoff being the source of the dimensional traversal was something that a few people have discussed, since she is also going to be making an appearance in the film. However, with the possibility of America popping up in the film, she might just provide the final answer. Picture this. The film begins with something happening across the multiverse, a great calamity of some kind that Strange becomes aware of. Suddenly, an unknown multiverse-hopping hero appears before him, looking for aid in dealing with this problem. This hero turns out to be, of course, Ms. America, who then takes Strange and Maximoff on a whirlwind adventure across different versions of Earth. All in all though, despite how cool it would be to see the character make her big debut in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the possibility obviously still remains that that might not even be the character the casting call is for. If it is meant to be Ms. America, however, it'll be really interesting to see who exactly lands the role. With the part being described as a teenager specifically, odds are that most of the actors who have said in the past that they would be down to play the part probably won't get cast. However, Marvel has proven time and time again that they are incredibly skilled at casting the exact right actors for for their MCU roles. So no matter who they cast to play America Chavez, and no matter when she ultimately winds up popping up on the big screen, I'm certain that they'll do a fantastic job, and really do justice to the character. What do you think about the possibility of seeing America Chavez in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down there, why not consider subscribing to ScreenRant for more awesome videos just like this in your feed each and every day. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the movies.